Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the newly buffed Italian tier 10 heavy tank, the Rhinoceronte. Finally, it's been buffed. They actually looked at it and went, yeah, alright, we'll buff it. Finally. The tank is now actually usable. That's the best way of describing it. It's actually usable. It's fairly solid now. I really kind of like what they've done with it. It means that it just means you can be engaged in the battle and actually have fun. And you're not sort of ruin every shot missed or every chance to fire and you think, no, I'm not going to fire because I want to wait for the reload. Or those times when you blow the clip and you're stuck in a really long reload and you're just like, I'm in pain. Well, they did buff it. And while it is still, if you blow the reload, you are still going to be in a lot of pain because it takes a long time to reload still. At least you can take more chancy shots. You can take more chancy shots with that first shell and just have a bigger impact in the game. And it's, you know, it's a lot better for that. So what did they buff? Well, they buffed the reload. So they put it from 25.3, 20.3.1 and 21 seconds. Well, that was the original reload, and it was bloody awful. They actually buffed it to 25 on the last shell, 20 seconds on the middle shell, and 15 seconds on your best DPM shell, which means that in total, generally, you are pushing out rounds every 11 seconds, probably nearly 10 seconds if you are running vents. To counterbalance the fact that they made the reload so much better, because this tank was supposedly one of the tanks that hit the most shots out of most tier 10s with good accuracy, they nerfed the accuracy from 3.3 to 3.6 and the aim time from 2 to 2.5, as well as making the reverse speed from 12 to 15, which is a really nice change. So yeah, the 2.5 aim time you definitely will feel. The 2 seconds aim time it previously had was really nice, although it did have, and it still does kind of have, pretty bad dispersions from the move and stuff like that, so it does bloom out quite a lot when you're moving about. But you do feel the 2.5. You do. The 2.5 aim time is quite long. But generally, the accuracy nerf to 0.36 is not something you really care about. Because if you're running vert stabs and you have the 6.0 crew skills, the gun handling is still like 0.28 or something like that, which is still ridiculously accurate. It doesn't really matter about that accuracy nerf. The gun is still exactly as it was before, and it hits like a truck, and you actually can get involved in matches. It's so nice to be able to be fairly aggressive, and you don't even, I mean, you still have to sit back a little bit, you still have to not get too involved in certain fights, but it's just nice to have a little bit of flexibility. So in terms of a crew that I do run on this tank, it's the same as I run on all the other Italian heavies. Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanic, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Off-Road Driving. Off-Road Driving to help the mobility about as much as possible, help you get up to that 40 km/h top speed, and just help you get about the map. The other gun perks, because obviously you do have 0.36 accuracy, you do have 2.5 aim time, so all the other gun perks to help your accuracy as much as possible, get it down as much as possible, and then the other perks are the ones that you will always take. In terms of equipment, I do run the rammer, vert stabs, and optics. Obviously rammer because you want to make DPM as good as you possibly can. Vert stabs because, again, help the reload, help the accuracy as much as possible. And then optics because I want to help the view range. I want to be able to spot for myself. It's just what I want to do. And it's fairly similar to how I played it anyway. Like, if I couldn't get my gun going, I'd be spotting people, you know. But you could run vents to help the DPM even more, right? You could quite happily and easily run vents instead of optics. So in this game, on El Hallouf, we've managed to be quite aggressive, get some good damage off. We managed to up to 4k damage and 328 assistance. This poor AT-15 is here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to blow the rest of my clip into this guy, and we managed to shut him down. We're up to 5k damage. We heal our commander, and it's now like, okay, the base is a problem. I've got to get back. My team is still going straight towards their cap, and it's like, right, there's a light tank with 2 of their medium tanks. We have to go back and try and defend. And I'm trying to find it on the command wheel, because, yeah, that command wheel is absolutely atrocious. And we are like, please defend the base, people, please. Mr. Aguila, be the hero. We just need, what we need right now is this Aguila to be a hero. Because we definitely were too slow to react to the fact that there was medium tanks near our base and there was no one left. And we're never going to make the cap before they actually do cap. So we need this Aguila just to be the hero, save the day, and hopefully he will do that. Because, look, you're seeing 14 seconds. I'm looking at this thinking I might get there, but I might just miss out. The Aguila does the hero run, resets the bat tap, which means that I'm definitely getting there to reset. We pop up, slap the shot into the bat tap, shut him down. That's him gone, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to reset the standard B as well, just like that. And now we've got all the time in the world to get our reload off. It's exactly what we needed. And we're just going to wait for that second shell, because we can two-shot this guy. So I'm not going to blow the final shot. I'm just going to wait until we get the second shell so we can guaranteed kill him. So we pop round the corner. He ends up actually getting slapped by the medium tank behind us. And we get to shut down the standard B. And we end that game with a really nice total for the Rhinoceronte. 6 kills, 6k damage, 328 assistance, a little bit of blocked. Ace tanker, top gun, high caliber. 1495 base XP. A nice game for the Rhinoceronte. And it kind of showed what you can do in it now. And the fact that the 11 seconds reload means you can just be that little bit more aggressive. 11 seconds for 490. It's pretty nice. There's a lot of tanks with 490 that are, you know, aiming for like 9 to 10 seconds. So having 11 seconds is about right. It's exactly what it should have always been. Because what this tank now does is the fact that you can actually fight and keep up with the battle, but you are still worse than every other tank that has got the similar alpha damage to you. But you also have a clip, and you can use the clip to your advantage. But if you do use the clip, you're still going to be useless for a solid 60 seconds, right? If you want to get your full DPM back. It's give and take. It's balance, right? Thing is, if you want to drop your clip, you've got to realise you are going to be struggling. But if you want to be able to fight normally as well, you can still keep going. It's just so much nicer. Like I say, it's exactly what it should have been all along. I don't know what they were thinking when they originally released this Italian heavy line. Because the other two tanks, I mean, the Progetto 66, I've always liked the Progetto 66. I didn't particularly think it needed too much changing to it. Maybe a bit of extra pen, which I think is what it got. I've always liked that tank. I know a fair few don't, but it was just solid for me. Like, the gun was great. The damage you could do out, you know, the flexibility of the clip was nice. I just enjoyed the tier 9 a hell of a lot. And the tier 8 was just abysmal. I absolutely hated it. Now, since they've changed it, the tier 8 is actually really nice. And I do have videos on both of those two tanks coming out within the next 2 releases. I'm going to be showing off all 3 of the new balanced tanks, right? Because I did have fun grinding the videos for these tanks. They are just a little bit more fun now, you know? You can do stuff with them, which is great. So we're on Vineyards. We've pushed aggressively down the A line. We've got up behind this poor WZ-120. I'm like, is anyone going to finish him? Is anyone going to finish him? No, okay, I'm going to have to dump the rest of my clip to kill him. We're up to 1650 damage already, which is really nice. And I'm like, right, okay, well, I just have to reload. So I'm just waiting to get unspotted before I just find a place that I'm going to sit. So right now, it's like, well, this is the extent of the reload. This is where there is pain. We're just going to have to wait. And wait. And wait, and that is the pain of dropping the clip. But the thing is, that's the whole point. There's got to be a punishment for doing it, right? You can fire cyclically, or you can fire the full shebang in one go. It's up to you. But if you do fire the whole shebang, you've got to realise that it's going to be painful, and you're going to have to wait. But as you see, in 10.6 seconds with the food boost is pretty good for a 490 alpha gun. And the fact that we can have a clip as well and burst damage, it's great. So, now I'm fully loaded. It's like, right, okay, we're going after this 30B. That shot goes somewhere, and that's where the derpier gun handling starts to hurt us a little bit. This 30B is going to be a bit of a problem. We ended up missing that first shot. Poor aim on the second shot, ends up flying wide. That poor guy, that poor T-54 got his head blown off by a Jagdpanzer. It's never good when a Jagdpanzer does that to you. And we're just trying to see if we can get another shot at this 30B. We end up ricocheting off his turret there when we aimed his upper plate, and it's like, oh, come on, please, gun, just behave for a second. And while we are here, we're actually spotting these guys as well, so we actually got a bit of assistance there on the M48. And we finally get a shot into the AMX-30B. End up rolling for 400 and something, which is a low roll. And it's like, right, okay. This is where before, when we were firing single shot, we would have been just in pure pain. And I am not kidding when I say pure, unadulterated pain, because we'd have had to be twiddling our thumbs for 15 seconds. 15. That whole 4 to 5 seconds off the reload is a massive, massive difference. It's huge, the difference that you have. And it's just so much nicer to be able to, like, engage in the fight, actually be some sort of aggressive, not just have to sit around and wait, not be frustrated by how long the reload is. It's just been like a breath of fresh air playing this tank, to be fair. It's just like a breath of fresh air. So, we're trying to get a different angle on this Mousechen. I am actually kind of hoping I might possibly spot something that's camping at the back, because there is stuff that is camping back there. And I was hoping to boost my view range with food and possibly spot them, but unfortunately we didn't do that. So it's like, okay, now we've got the different angle on the Mousechen. Let's go and try and get some shots into him, because he's currently the one that is stopping my team from advancing. And he is the threat for us at the minute. So we've got a nice side shot into him. We get a big shot into his side to break his engine. He gets shot by someone else for a big slab of his hit points. And it's like, right, okay, I'm just going to wait for the reload, see if hopefully he pops out and gets a shot again. But then the C50M's out. It's like, oh, hello, Mr. E50M. Just let me slap a big shot into you. Cool, cool, cool. Then I'll get my reload in and we can go again for this Mousechen. But it's awkward, right? Because we can't poke too much. The artillery's already slapped us. We poke too much, we're going to get hit by something from the back. Just exactly like has happened to us. So it's kind of awkward. We're in an awkward position, but we've got a shot at the cupola of the Mousechen, and we get a big shot into his cupola there, which is nice. It puts him down to a one-shot for us. One shot for quite a few tanks on our team, which is great. And I'm just waiting now for that artillery to decide to poop on me. The E50M is still lit back there. It's like, oh, okay, Mr. E50M. I've got one in, I've tracked you. You know what? We're going to drop the clip. I don't care about my DPM at this point in time, because I know I can go and stay safe to reload. And this E50M possibly is going to... And we unfortunately bounced that one. That E50M is going to get unspotted, and he is still putting shots out from the back while he'd be unspotted. That was my opportunity to use my clip to get rid of that E50M and take out one of the snipers, the sneaky snipers from the back. Because, well, if the opportunity to kill a tank is there, especially one that is in a dangerous position like the E50M is, sometimes you just have to take it. And like I say, I know I've got this safe point. I know I can get behind this ridge and just stay here and wait for the reload. So this Panzer 7 is actually out in the open. I'm like, okay, I'm going to see if I can poke to shoot him and finish him off. But he gets shut down before we get to that point. So it's like, well, fair enough. Okay, I can wait for the reload, and there we go. We're fully loaded and all in. And I'm just dodging the artillery there, which is great. So I was just hoping that he wasn't going to finish us off. The 30B ends up suiciding, which is fine. Take that. And it's like, right, okay, this Mouschen's a pain. If I can try and risk a shot at his cupola, sorry, great. Unfortunately, we bounced on his cupola, but luckily enough, the E50M then bounced on us. We did light him up a little bit there, or actually I think it was the TD that might have lit him up. And he's like, right, what can I do now? That Mousechen is definitely a pain, but the IS-7 should be able to finish him. One of the shooters is gone. There's this AMX, or whatever it is, on there. And it's like, what do I do? This TD might spot something. This TD, look at where this TD is. He is possibly going to spot something on this sniper hill. So I'm just waiting to see if anything fires at him, and if they do fire, they're going to get spotted. There we go, the Tyran fires. It's like, hello, Mr. Tyran. Let me get as many shots as I can into you before you escape, because you are a very dangerous tank. We get 2 shots into him. It's like, right, okay, he's run off. That means I know that the big gun from the back is gone. The Jagdpanzer 100 I know is somewhere back there. And I'm just using this rock to create a little bit of a sort of a line of... Well, just break the line of sight. Fortunately enough, we're not getting shot. The Tyran didn't manage to get the shot in there, which is great. And in fact, the Jagdpanzer's dead. I didn't notice that. There's only a Tyran and a bar and the artillery. So the Tyran is over there. It's like, well, okay, I can kill this Tyran in a clip, but obviously he can kill me very, very easily. He's got a very good gun. He's got very good DPM. And in fact, he reloads quicker than this tank used to be able to. And that has 950 alpha. Madness. So I was spotted, and the way I think the Tyran would be expecting me to go is up and round on the left. So what I'm actually going to do is come round on the right-hand side, because that way, if I spot him exactly doing what he's doing now, and he's running away, I can catch him out, I can shut him down. Or he would be hiding around the corner, waiting for someone to pop over the ridge, like where our medium tank is now, and again, I could surprise him. But the CGC is around here, he is waiting for this medium tank. We get the big shot into his side, and end up setting them on fire and finish them off. Puts us on 6.7k. And right about now, I am going to end up cutting the, well, shortening the replay, because there's about 2 minutes of driving, searching for this bar, who somehow got all the way round there. Who knows how, but it is what it is. We get the shot into the bar, shut him down with the heat shell. Did you see how slow that shell velocity is? Yeah. And we finish the game with the victory. Top of our team. 6.9k damage, 1200 assistance, 4 kills, ace tanker, sniper, high caliber, 1600 base XP. A really nice game for the Rhinoceronte. The Rhinoceronte, which is a hell of a lot more fun to play now. It's a pretty decent tank. It's definitely worth grinding for now. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Beforehand, it wasn't. Now it is. It can be quite a bit of fun now. It's great. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!